Oh. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Oh, hey, Caden. Did you just put your hand through your face?
Anything you need, Commander?
Tactical appraisal?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Dr. Tassoni. Seems like a sweet girl. Easy on the eyes. I mean, if you like the bookish sort.
Do you?
Any intentions there, Lieutenant?
No, Commander. Just art appreciation.
Fair enough. Looking for personal input.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Is this an official evaluation, Commander? Or off the record?
Speak your mind. Off the record.
Alenko, when it's just you and me, you can consider it off the record.
That's a generous attitude. Okay. I think there's something wrong with all this. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
Yeah, I know, but I guess that's why they made me Spectre, so they didn't have to put any resources into this.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Don't worry about it.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
You doubt it was accidental? You know, to be honest, knowing governments as they are now, I really doubt it was accidental.
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when Kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. A bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Yep. I can definitely imagine... Come on, let's think about it. If you could get psychic soldiers, you know, people with telekinesis and all that, governments would go absolutely nuts for it. They would definitely intentionally expose people.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
What was Jump Zero?
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
Sounds like a horrible place to grow up. Just saying. You must have had friends there then.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
Yeah, you know what, teenagers. I don't know why I'm saying that, I'm 20. Time to, get physical then.
You were all teenagers. I'm sure you found other ways to occupy the time.
I'm not the sort who does that kind of thing, Commander. Not lightly, anyway. There was a girl I spent a lot of time with, but we kept our clothes on. Rana. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich. But she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful, but not stuck up about it. I think you'd have liked her.
Sounds like you liked her a lot as well.
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same. But things never felt together. Training, you know.
Yeah. Well, sounds rough. Talk to you later.
Jump Zero is a long way
maybe
from
not.
home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. But that's my own baggage, Commander. No bearing on this.
You never know. Could come in handy.
It's a big galaxy, Lieutenant. Who knows what will come in handy?
If you say so, sir. Besides, I've got my past squared away.
God, I can't imagine growing up on like a sterile research station. That'd be horrible. Replenish our Medigel. Let's talk to Liara finally.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
Yeah. I was worried. You feeling any better?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
She's the best.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
Don't mention it. Trust me, everyone on this ship has had enough of the Geth for a lifetime.
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
I was gonna say, I imagine that's because, you know, your mum is kind of our enemy. That might have something to do with it, but I know you'll help.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Let's ask her about her mum. Tell me more about Benezia.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
You don't sound very convinced of that, love.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to think of anything that could have changed her, but shrug. Maybe someone's just a really charismatic leader. What about Asari culture? You're literally the only Asari on board.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
What do you mean?
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us.
Ah.
We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
So... Huh? How? What?
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What about the other parent?
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting
One
ways
night stand.
afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Huh. Makes sense. I'm not going to ask who her father was, because that's just rude. Do Asari care about the age difference?
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner
Okay, that's
dies?
not what I asked.
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
Okay. Thanks for filling in a few blanks, I guess.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Alright, I'm going to talk to Dr. Chakwas, and then I think I'm going to end it here, because I want to go get food. So, hi Doc.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Personal question.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure.
I like her.
I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Any regrets that you didn't Any regrets that you didn't meet that soldier?
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
Aww. Dr. Chakwas really is like the mum of the Normandy. Caden Alenko? What's that about?
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
L2?
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
I didn't realise there were multiple types. What kind of complications can there be?
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain.
Oh.
There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
Ah, well. Talk to you later.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
He is lucky then. Could have been driven insane, but instead got a headache. I'd say that's a fairly good deal. Is there anything down here that I need to look at? Sleeper pods. Woo! I leveled up. You know, I'll quickly level up. I know I keep saying I'm going to stop, but this game is addictive. Let's go with more sniper stuff. Okay, assignments. These are what we're going to go do. Let's go to the Strenuous system. And you know what, I've got a bit of time. What is it, past? Yeah, I've got a bit of time. Let's go to the Strenuous system now. I have no clue where that is though. I'm hoping I can find it on the galaxy map. Actually, no. Sorry to like lie to you guys, but I will end it here. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. Leave a comment or tell me what I'm doing wrong. There usually seems to be a lot of things knowing me when it comes to playing games. See you next time, folks. Take care.